So you're ready to go with this event?
Yeah.
It's really been a great event, hasn't it?
It's turned into a really good, it's been a great event since it started, but it's starting to, it's starting to own its own time, and people look forward to it. And you look at publications of college golf around the country, they pinpoint to this tournament, and we got 4 of the top 5 schools in the country according to the Golf Week ranking. So, yeah, it's very top heavy, and actually it's got some good teams all the way through. And it's a great opportunity for these guys and for other teams to come in and play a great golf course, a world-class golf course. U.S. Amateurs there next fall, hosted U.S. Opens, but to play a top collegiate field early in the season, which helps the coaches and players get to know each other a little bit better, and just helping the progress of getting better throughout the year.
It'll be your first event this fall. What about the other teams? Have they played some already?
I think maybe 4 or 5 of them played last week. I don't know how many exactly, but I think 4 or 5, maybe 6 played last week. So I think for half the field it'll be their first event, the other half will be their second.
You're going to be without Thomas Dietrich. Talk a little bit about that.
We've known that for a while. Thomas was playing in the World Amateur over in Japan for his native, for Belgium. And it's more or less like the Olympics of golf. Every 2 years they get together and play, and 3 players from each country get to go. Thomas Peters has played before. Thomas Dietrich's played a couple times. Scott Langley represented the U.S. a few years ago down in South America. So it's an honor. And on our program, we always talk about this is their first and foremost gig right here. This is who they're playing for each other in their school. But your country kind of trumps that a little bit. So when you have a chance to represent your country in a big worldwide event like that, we embrace that and give the guys an opportunity to go play in that and encourage that. So he qualified, so he's going to miss. So as we talk on our team, this is just an opportunity for somebody else to get in there and showcase what they can do. So we'll make the best of it, and we'll be okay without Thomas.
I know you're pretty high in your recruiting class, your freshman class. Some of those guys get thrown in the fire right away.
Yeah, our lineup this week is 2 veterans, 2 All-Americans, and 3 freshmen. So we'll see what happens, and I can guarantee you one thing: they will learn a lot. I don't know how it's going to go. I anticipate it's going to go well, but things happen. And you got to be ready for whatever comes next. But I will guarantee you one thing: they will learn a lot this weekend. That's the point.
Well, these guys have played a lot of golf, so this is not going to be totally new to them, right?
No, and that's the secret of coaching, is to get them to understand that golf is just golf is just golf. Right. It's not going to be something that's going to foreign to them. They will make it foreign. They'll try to get too worked up for it, or they'll try to get too psyched up or too psyched out, or whatever you want to say. But they need to understand that a golf ball doesn't know where it's at, and the clubs don't know where they're playing, and just go take care of business and go play your game. And if they do that, we'll be okay. And that's what you try to teach kids: is be who they are, grow to be who they want to become, and don't get sidetracked by distractions. And this could be a distraction for some young players, and we're just trying to convince them it's not.
Talk a little bit about each of the 3 guys that you'll have in the lineup, the 3 new guys.
The 3 freshmen. We got Nick Hardy, who's come in and through 2 weeks of qualifying and competing on our team has really established himself as quickly as a kid to be reckoned with. I mean, I think his world ranking jumped up in the top 50 in the world before he got here, the summer he had. So he's playing with a lot of confidence. But again, there's ups and downs with young players. Spencer Reed, a freshman from Louisville, doesn't have a great record, but I think he's got a lot of potential and has got a lot of skills, and he's showed me a lot this last couple weeks. He took advantage of this opportunity to come in here and compete and get a chance to go to one of the top college events in the country. So I'm excited for him, and he's got some skills. He just got to keep developing those and keep pushing himself to the next limit and to the next level, instead of just taking what he's got and being happy with it. He needs to keep pushing himself. And Dylan Meyer is a talent, another top-rated kid that came into school this fall. Had some ups and downs in qualifying, shot everything from a 64 to a 78, so it's probably the epitome of what a freshman is all about. But he's learning about himself, and his good golf is very good. We just got to get it to where his bad golf isn't bad. It's still good, and he's going to be there. He's going to be a strong Illini for a long time, and he's going to keep getting better and better. But you got to realize these freshmen have come into school, and they're away from home for the first time. They're outside their house, they're away from home. They've moved out. They're in a new environment. Friends, timetables are different, school's different, responsibilities is all. So this is a big deal. And very few freshmen I've had in 14 years have come in and played great their first semester. Luke Guthrie didn't play his first 3 events. Scott Langley missed 1 or 2 of his first events. There's an adjustment period you have to understand. I think being on a veteran team and having some older guys around them has helped these freshmen. But at the same point, you have to keep in mind that everything is new to them. So I'm not reading too much into it. What I'm reading into it out of this last couple weeks is that they took advantage of the opportunity and made the squad. And they beat some good players who were upperclassmen for this first tournament. So my hat's off to them.
One question a bit off topic, but how's the outdoor project going?
It's looking great. I wish this rain would stop so they can get the stuff, get the sod around the bunkers and greens finished and get the seed into the ground, because right now, from what the builders tell me, is we need dry weather. But this has been an unbelievable year with the weather and the precipitation. So it's looking beautiful out there. The liners are in the bunkers and the sod's going up around the bunkers and greens, and it's starting to look like actually a golf course / practice facility. So we're excited about it, but it's going to be something that we got to continue to watch and grow and nurture, and hopefully by next April it'll be just pure and ready to go.
One last thing, obviously you see all the preseason rankings and everybody's coming out with their list of teams to watch, players to watch. How do you reconcile those and the recognition the program's getting with some of the younger guys who this is their first college tournament, and making sure they're in the right frame of mind going in?
Yeah, that's going to be that's something you got to think about. But at the same point in time, those guys are part of our program now, and their mindset and their thoughts have to transition from junior golf and looking at college golf, and it's this big guys up there, this big picture of the ranked teams, to, you know what, you're here now. Embrace it, endorse it, or accept it. That this is what we're all about, and that's the mindset you have to have. These kids, they're here for a reason. They're here to win, and they're here to get better, and they're here to grow as people and as golfers. And what a better way to start right now? Why wait? I'm not going to nurture them. I'm not going to wean them off. I'm going to throw them in there and see what they got. That's the point, right? That's why we qualified for this event the last couple of weeks. Is if you have enough skill and game and guts to compete for this first event, well then let's go. And that's what they're here for. They're here to be one of the best teams. They're not here to be in a top 50 or top 100 program. They're here to be in a top 10 program, and now their golf has to back that up and produce that so that we stay there. But what a better way than to hit her off right from the start.